Welcome to Margaret, being Susie Homemaker. I went out again last night with Karen and Joanne to the restaurant down the street and had chicken francese. Chicken francese. Last week I had a francese. It was delicious. Chicken was much drier. But I love that sauce. I've never had it before. So Susie Homemaker's making some. So you'll see me looking down. I'm tripling the recipe, or at least doubling it, because it's not going to keep. Like the wine's not going to keep. So, and I bought my first bottle of wine. 71 years old. Yep. And it was not easy to make myself do it. But I walked around like I knew what I was doing. And I bought unoaked Chardonnay. So this says, put your butter in. Now I'm doubling this recipe. It is from dinneratthezoo.com. Said to put the butter, brown some lemon slices, but I didn't have lemon slices. I have all the squeezed lemon. I figured that will do. Now, what's it say? I don't know. I have the leftover chicken in the refrigerator, so I'm just going to put it on top of that. All right, come on, you can do it. For the sauce, we already did the butter, did this. Now it says put in the rest of the butter. You don't have to worry about me washing my hands. They have been squeezing lemons for the last hour. They're bleached to within an inch of their lives. Add the flour and cook for 1 minute, stirring constantly. I do know that. 2. I forgot how long I said to cook it. 1 cup of wine. I'm going to definitely have to double this recipe. I'm going to be wasting a lot of white wine. I'm going to put this in Tupperware containers, put it in the freezer. I know it will separate when I use it, but it should still taste awesome, I believe. Add chicken broth and simmer. Then stir in the lemon juice. Okay. 3/4 cup of chicken. So 1 1/4 cups, right? 1 1/2 cups. Wow. My math is failing me. Wish I had smell-o-vision. It smells awesome. Parsley flakes. We'll do a little parsley flakes. Lemon juice. It's going to have to be 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and I put it in the ice cream trays because I'm going to let them freeze also, and put them inside the freezer so I could use it for different recipes. Does not look thick enough to me. It's Saturday afternoon. I've been piss-potting around doing nothing today. It's a beautiful day. It got to the 80s, but there's a beautiful breeze coming in. I would like to make a zucchini bread, but I don't feel like putting the oven on. I did get walnuts and zucchini and eggs, so I'm going to have to do it. I figure if not tonight, maybe tomorrow. Not all that thick. It's also been only 2 minutes. I have 0 patience. I do keep a lot of butter in the freezer at all times. Right now I have 3 pounds of butter in there. And this is what I went and bought today. Centerstone unoaked Chardonnay, mainly because I looked up what to use for a white wine, because Nikki is Portuguese and they love their wine, and she said the rule is you don't cook with anything you wouldn't drink. Well, I don't drink. She told me I could have some of hers. I hate to do that. Her house is not my pantry. I looked it up and said to get unoaked Chardonnay. I don't know what unoaked Chardonnay is, so I went to the liquor store down the street and wandered around. Luckily, there was a refrigerator and the shelf was marked unoaked. That's getting thicker. It tastes like absolutely nothing to me. What did I do wrong? I don't know what I did wrong. It's terrible. I mean, it tastes terrible. That was just a little chicken bouillon. A little better. It's still very, very lemony, very bitter. Could be that I'm tasting wine and I don't like wine. But I loved it at the restaurant both times, so explain that to me. Off camera, I made a second batch with a lot less wine, much better. Now that I actually like. I bought some heavy cream. I'm going to mix a little in for what I'm using today. We'll see if we like it. I am a very messy chef. And I apologize for all the chefs out there because a chef I'm not. Texted Nikki, I'll leave the wine out for a while, see if she wants it. I have all of the sauce in Tupperware in the refrigerator, cooling down. Then I'll put it in the freezer. This is what I have left. And that's more than half a bottle. But I don't want it. And I just added some heavy cream, warm that up in the air fryer. Not something I would repeat, but I put enough chicken bouillon in it that it tastes decent to me. So I'm gonna go have dinner, such as it is. It is an absolutely glorious late afternoon. It's almost 5 o'clock. And even though it's very warm, the breeze is just gorgeous. I'm sure everybody in the world knows that when it's a day where the air just is soft and there's no humidity, it's just beautiful. I am so happy to say I was wrong. I'm so happy to say that I'm dressed. I'm stuffed. That was delicious. After it cooled down and settled, and that second batch without all the wine, that just had a very little bit of it, oh, that was good. So I'm glad I've got that in the refrigerator. I think it will be okay. And now that I know that I like it with very little wine, I can always make another batch and dilute those more, if I have to. But I can see more of that in the future. That was good. Considering I do not claim to be a cook, I think I could be a cook. But what gets in my way is my patience, because I have none. And when I'm cooking, I want it done. And I can't let the flavors meld, and I can't let things take their time. And well, hello, Parker. Okay, here's Parker. She's only sitting here because I haven't fed her yet. So for all of you who say you never see me interact with her, no, you don't, because she will, oh, you can come see me. Normally, she's going to stay for 2 seconds. Remember, this is the cat that took me about 6 months to get her to be in the same room with me when I got her. Then a year to get her up on the couch. Almost 2 years before she sat next to me and let me touch her. So for this to be, this is what, as much as she's going to let me do. She'll let me do her ears. She'll let me feed her treats, which she doesn't need because she's big and fat, because she eats too much. Don't you? Do you eat? Yeah, don't fall. Don't fall off. Last night, her most interaction is at night when I get in bed, because then she comes and lays scooched right up against me. For a cat who doesn't like to be petted. Ow! That wasn't very nice. You hurt me. Ow! What are you doing? Why are you doing that to me? Okay, there's a good reason why I don't interact. She's a good kitty. Last night she was in bed, scooch fed up against me, and Feisty, the other cat, who you will not see, and if you do, it will be a complete surprise. Feisty jumped on the bed, and Parker didn't hear her coming, nor did I. That poor cat went airborne. She was so scared. I don't think I slept for an hour and a half after that. My heart was pounding out of my chest. So no, you will not see a lot of interaction with the cats. They are loved. Parker, adores Squish. Squish runs after her. She's a 2-year-old. She would never hurt her, but it's a game of chase, and Parker comes looking for it, so it's not like she doesn't want it. Nikki does not like cats, but she comes over and pets her. And Michael adores animals. I mean, adores animals. And he comes over sometimes just to see Parker. So yes, she's loved. You don't have to worry about that. I loved all the comments from the past video. You know, I have a side of me that I don't let you see where I can be really judgmental or, yeah, that's a word, and can have a short fuse. Normally I say it with humor, but I can have a short fuse. And I have to say, you guys make me laugh sometimes. So many of you are so good to me and so thoughtful, and I appreciate it so much. And you know, you always have the one or two who just have to stir the pot. Do not worry about it. I sit here and laugh. But the woman, sorry, cough drop time, because I started laughing. Karma gets me every time. The woman who scolded me quite sternly because I was talking about my 2-year-old's potty training, and she called me out on speaking about her incontinence. Incontinence. And how would I like it if, you know, or I had the right to speak about it if I was I can't say that word again, incontinent, but I had no right to speak about it for my granddaughter. Okay. After I stopped laughing, I get a little concerned because when you're toilet training, there's no incontinence. It's a learning experience. Get over it. Done. I just had to say it. It was like, how dare you try to either shame me or shame a 2-year-old about toilet training. Half of the things that we have shame in are because that's the way we were raised, and when you know better, you do better. So, do better. When Karen and Joanne and I were out last night, as usual, we get talking about philosophical things, and I get rude. I have a low threshold. I will try to be careful here, but I believe you help out your fellow man. I also believe that your fellow man has to help himself. I don't believe in handouts under any circumstances. And I really am quite literal about that. If you have a fire in your home and you're left without stuff, you need help. I will be the first one in line. If you broke your leg and couldn't get to the store, I would be right there to get you stuff. I do not believe in handing out funds, F-U-N-D-S. I worked for them very, very, very hard under sometimes very adverse circumstances. And that's what we were talking about last night, about how, you know, we managed to find a way to make it work. If you're able-bodied, then you make it work. And we were just talking about the takers in our own community. And I was just adamant about, no, they don't deserve help. Now, I wonder how many of you, meaning all of us, disagree. And I would like to hear that. I don't have a problem with the disagreements. You know, I know that we're supposed to be charitable. I also know that some people live off of charity. And we're talking about, you know, somebody who always has a poor me going on. We all know people like that. You know, poor me, I need this, poor me, I need that. But we manage to find ways to do anything that we want to. We manage to have anything that we want to. And I firmly believe that if you can't afford it, you don't have it. No, we didn't have it. The boys, my sons, always laughed about how we didn't have, you know, great food growing up. They were fed. They didn't have fancy food. Uh-oh, here comes somebody. Come in! It is absolutely astounding to me how quickly things change. From talking to you to a knock on the door to a little one bringing me mail who then wants to go outside and feel the breeze because she can see the curtains blowing, but she's got nothing on her bottom except a long white t-shirt that's kind of covering it. So we could go out because she was decent. I have to make myself some tea. But from couldn't go out because she was decent, went to, I want to ride my bike, which meant she needed shorts on. So she's in the garage. I went in the house to get her shorts and her sneakers to get her in the bike, which we did, and then went to her little car, and then went to the racket with the ball, and this is all like in 4 or 5 minutes. And then she wanted to play with her bubble maker, which I know is not working. And I thought it was because Nikki by mistake put in pure bubbles and it's going to be diluted. But I did dilute it and it's still not working. So now I'm checking to see if it's batteries. In the meantime, Squish went home to eat dinner. But she needs her bubble maker, she said, so she can put bubbles all over Oma. This is why I never know if I'm coming or going. Is it gonna work? Nope. It's trying to. It may just need still less bubble mixture in there. It might still be too much for it. And this also means I have to remember I'm out of batteries. And I'm gonna have to get some for Christmas candles, so I might as well get them ordered now. This little thing has been very helpful. Alright, let me water this down and see if it will work. And there you go. Ta-da! Another crisis averted. But don't get all upset that I just did bubbles in the house. Only a little bit. If it got on the floor, I'll use it to wash the floor, but yeah, it's fine. Okay. I got my cup of tea. I fixed my bubble machine. I'm going to go order my batteries. This piece of hair is bugging me, but I like that it's getting longer. I looked at one of my old videos of how to do hair. My hair was longer and I liked it better. So I think my little rant about takers, you all know what I meant. And it really bothers me, and it shouldn't. I know it's none of my business when people want to give. So why does that bother me? Have at it. Tell me it's none of my business. Or tell me you feel like me so I don't feel like quite as horrible a person as I think I am. I started reading a book. Couldn't get into it. There's another one I'm going to start reading tonight that is more promising for what my brain needs. Outside of that, I have nothing I have to do. I went grocery shopping this morning. Tomorrow is going to be a cooler day, still in the 70s. I might get outside and start working on that bottom of the stairs that has to be cleaned out before they bring the topsoil in and before I do any planting. Because they were talking about doing that in September. And September, unfortunately, is right around the corner. As far as the inspection on the electrical, the electrician came back out and I think took care of everything. Mentioned that he took pictures of it and he was going to send it to the electrical inspector, so it may just get passed that way. And then we can get an occupancy permit so I can live here. How's that? I'll be in for Christmas. Do you know it's been almost a year since they broke ground here? I was talking to Nick because somebody had an idea, and I think it's a good one, of doing a retrospective. This is what it was, this is what it is, the before and after from different angles, inside and out, which means I have to go back and look at the old videos and pull clips off them, which sounds like work to me, but I think I'll do it. You all have a wonderful weekend. I hope you're enjoying life wherever you are. It goes by so blooming fast. We know that. We talk about it all the time. Now that we're all looking for something wonderful, most of you acknowledge on a regular basis that there's something wonderful happening all the time. My something wonderful is I have my little one back full-time. I know. She's not mine. But she's on loan. You all have a great weekend, great week. I'll check in during the week. Probably before or after my swimming class. Something wonderful is going to happen today, tomorrow. I want to hear about it. Because I know you're looking for it. Me too. I'm done.